Hello from Bali. This is a podcast Pigeon of Peace where we do discuss awesome skills of troubleshooters. Watch, listen, and check the comments below to see the description. Let's talk about game design and let's start with the definition.
When I was in Kiev Polytechnical Institute on the second course, suddenly I was invited to a firm. Name was Blizzard Entertainment, and I was joined the team which would create some special stuff for game design. I was responsible to create a mouse cursor to make it smooth, to make it small, to make it fast. And when I was making this, the game was very strange. Some small creatures would move on the land. They would dig it for gold. They would cut trees. They would build some constructions. They would fight. And I was thinking, no one would play in this game. But after several years, it was a well-known and very famous game. Even film was filmed after this game. And then I was working for another team. We were working on two games. First was Raven software. It was Heretic. This is about some person in magic world which would move around and collect some items and would also fight and make his path through the obstacles and so on. And third game was Duke Nukem 3D, where we would try also to do a lot of improvement. And one night I was going to my hostel and suddenly I realized that my life is also like a game. I'm going to learn new courses and they would become more difficult. And I have stamina, I have my well-being, I have my food in the stomach and so on. And you know, it was so astonishing. And I realized that a lot of activity in our life could be created as a game design. Even our podcast, Pigeon of Peace, we start when it was a first issue, you were talking in English, in your perfect English, and I was trying to talk just in plain Russian. And then I was trying to use several words and then phrases and then sentences. Now I'm trying to speak on bad English, but after each issue, you would explain me my mistakes and maybe we will improve, and after 1000 everyone would understand that we have a progress. So everything we do, it's like a game design. For example, you want to create your family, so you will look around and you will find a girl and you will date, and then you will have a lot of time spent together, and then maybe you will be married and you'll have first child, second child, and then they will have created a child, and suddenly after, for example, 80 or 90 years, you will go to the grave, and life would continue and everything would be going without you. And you know, it's even very strange to understand that all your child or grandchild would live without you in the same building or in their houses. And what will happen with your car or maybe with your plum tree, but everything would stand.
And when we look into our life or any other activities that someone is, like building in order to entertain, what kind of things and goals and even mechanics in order to deliver them we should consider? So what exactly should be the goal for ourselves, the game designer, and what should be the goal for the player as well?
You know, there's several items. First, you should have different levels. And on the first level, you should be like wizarding the person you're playing with. For example, when we enter the company, first day, I would be appointed a buddy, and it would be like onboarding. Okay, this is our building. We have several stores, and there is a toilet room, there is our canteen, and this is our vending machine, and you can use this, and this is our Xerox, and this is a balcony you could smoke, and so on. So you will like discover the map. Then you will be given some very easy task to fulfill, and then they will become harder. And after, you will be like a farmer which could fulfill any job in this building. Then you will be given a job as a hunter. You will go outside, you will meet easy client, and then average client, and then difficult client, and very important client, and then maybe you will swift you will смещаться.
Shift.
You will shift to another company which will pay you more, and your life balance would be better. You will change your apartment, you will change your car, you will change resorts where you have an rest and vacation. So you will try to fulfill much harder duties to earn more money, to be well known, and to be very prudent and solid.
And when we speak about the player, or maybe it could be, you know, like depending on the type of the game, it could be like a strategy or a shooter, or again, like if we speak about the life as well, like it could be just like us, or maybe a team or our significant other. So in order to move to the next level, we should be having or possess something that would allow us to enter it, whether it should be a key, or it should be our skills or attributes that we could use, or maybe we could increase them in order to move forward. So when we speak about the game design, and again, like we're probably might be speaking about not only the computer games, but like any type of the games. So what kind of thinking we should have as a game designer in order to understand what exactly we need to move to the next level, but not to make it so easy for someone to achieve or maybe even to understand?
As often happens, I would stick to your word key. If you graduate from school, you have so-called attestat. Is it okay to say certificate of attendance?
Certificate is good.
Certificate.
Is a good one.
And if you show it to, for example, university, you have a chance to enter. But if you will not finish the school, you have no key to enter the university. For example, you have an university and you was studying law or economics. In this case, you could have a key and you could be, for example, board member of commercial bank. But if you want to be technician, you need another kind of education. So in real life, you always choose what to do. For example, if you will choose to ride a bike, you could cause a death in early ages. If, for example, you will use, I don't know, train, maybe you will have skin diseases. If you will try to ride a very fancy car, maybe you will find very good looking girl and you will have a beautiful child and so on. If you have a lot of potential, you will try to live as close to the downtown as it possible, and you will have high prices, but you will have live in a very special house, and everyone would look and understand you are very respectable person. If you, for example, will forget about your body, you will get fat and you need to go to gym. So you have several sectors of your life. This is your health, this is your way how you look, what you wear, what you eat, how you spend your time, what is your profession, what is your duties, what is your hobby, and so on. And you should work on it. You know, it's not so easy to understand. When you go to children garden, to school, to university, you think, okay, I will finish this and my life became happier and easier, but it wouldn't.
Well, sometimes also on those levels or on those dimensions or those like mini worlds, we also might be having obstacles in forms and shapes of the, you know, like other people or monsters, or maybe even the gaps, or maybe like a deep forest. So how to deal with the mechanics in order to avoid or make a decision, like when you want to fight, or you just want to flee and maybe go to another level, or maybe use such dimension as a time in order to make sure this, you know, like will bypass. So how as the game designers we should approach to this, or how as a players we also should think what the game designer had in mind for us?
Let's take you as an example. I am deeply sure that you're using with me a very easy way to speak. I'm deeply sure that you could speak in English in a more fancy way and in more polite way, but you choose to make it direct and short to help me understand you. Another example, for example, one of my colleague, Nikolai Murashov, he was trying to take part in marathon in Moscow this year. And I told him, no, marathon is quite a long distance. Be better prepared for 10 kilometers. And he was taking part in 5 kilometers run, and he was happy to have this medal. But if he will try, for example, to run 42 kilometers, it would be quite possible that he will quit and he would be unhappy. So as a designer of your game, of your life, you should take just those tasks you could fulfill. Never go above your head. There is a sayings, широко шагая, штаны порвешь. When you wide go by the ladder, you could I don't know how damage your
Rip
trousers,
your pants off.
Rip your pants, because if you would make this very huge step, you have no forces, no strength to attach your leg to another one. So it is much better to go by small steps, but to be all time successful than think about how to go to the sun. Several days ago, I have a meeting, and it was a guy from America, and he told a very funny phrase. Maybe you will help me to understand it. We were talking about one startup, and he suddenly told me, you know, what is my job? He asked, and I told, you are angel investor and so on. And he told me, yes, this is okay, Oleg, but you know this. But my real job is to tear отрывать крылья Икарам, to tear wings from Icarus.
From the Icarus, yes.
From the Icaruses.
Okay. So yeah, that's quite a good way to say that. It's more like about grounding someone when they just like trying to fly without having an ability, but only the imagination as well. So then my last question will be how knowing about game design would help to make this world a better place.
Sometimes we need to do something very sad and unpleasant, and it is not easy to do this, but you could create a game. Several months ago, I was looking at one video which was sent by one of my people. It is very funny. It is a vacuum cleaner. Its name is Dyson, and it uses Apple Vision Pro, and it's just small edition. You would see in this Apple gadget, you will see all your floor covered by coins. They just flipping out. And when you will move your vacuum cleaner, those coins would flow to your account. And when you will finish vacuum clean all the floor, all the money would be on your account. Yes, they would disappear, but it's a way to show where you already clean the floor.
And we review the skill of the game design and how it could be helpful in your life. Make sure to collect the right coins and stay in peace.